Okay, there we go. Hello out there, cyberspace. Welcome to Kobold Kindergarten, where we take the rules really lightly and the gravy really heavily. I am your DM, EvenNote. Let me get rid of this splash screen here, so you guys will be able to see what the party cannot yet, although it's not like a super spoiler. And let's see, our last episode, we finished the holiday episode. The gang got away from the tower. They saved all the ham, and things were good. Yeah, there were dwarves in lingerie. There were
Not
gorillas.
past tense.
There still are dwarves in lingerie. I don't know how well you can see Bori's icon in the very upper left there. He's, yeah, he's still in lingerie. And also on this little, oh, I should probably share this with you, shouldn't I? Now you can all see where you are.
Oh, cool.
There
Yes,
we are. Now I'm back.
there we go.
I'm actually in Fantasy Grounds now. I had a hard time connecting.
And actually, for once, Discord voice chat seems to be working okay. It's been really persnickety lately. So they've come back. Our intrepid band of adventurers have found themselves, and I think I told you last time you were outside Gonk's house. You're actually, I changed my mind. You're actually right inside the gate of the charming village of Beggar's Hole. Right inside the gate, right outside the Kobold's Tail. I didn't put it on the map, but you notice the place just looks a little cleaner. Everything's not as dusty. And I'm going to
Yeah,
zoom
there.
out so everybody else at home, all like no people watching, can see what Beggar's Hole looks like now. We now have a guard tower and a Swobold barracks. Warehouse, there's a new general store, which is still kind of under construction. Some fields of crops are planted. And it's just generally kind of greener. I mean, if you recall before, this place was like dusty and awful. And you can also see, and you can see like the little minecarts and little kobolds with their pickaxes and stuff. And yes, I totally got that idea from Minecraft. The big mountain range that basically surrounds the village, they're starting to break that down and create some passageways so that hopefully you guys will be able to, eventually, that's going to bring some trade in. Everything looks a little cleaner. And here you are, standing outside the Kobold's Tail. And this would probably be a good time for all of you to introduce yourselves. And I swear I'm going to start rolling 1d5 to see who goes first.
Well, I guess I can go first. I am Punchy the Tall Folk, and I am a halfling a member of the Order of the Halfling Fist. I take my roles very seriously, and otherwise, I am relatively okay with nudity and public nudity, and overall just try to be a good person. I sort of think of myself as Zatoichi, even though Zatoichi probably would not think of myself as him.
Yeah, we've discovered during the Halloween episode that Punchy is actually more than okay with nudity, to the eternal dismay of the kobold Yik Yak, whose eyes will never recover.
Yeah, I don't think his are the only ones.
Probably not. Who would like to go next? Ah, Lord Silverhand, playing Catamus the Foxling Fighter with his travel mount Nectarine, the male sheepdog. We want to specify male because apparently there was some confusion on that issue. And his battle mount, Bori, the presumably male but wearing lingerie dwarf.
Yep. And for the record, everyone listening, Sir Cadamus refers to Nectarine as his juicy, wooshy, fluffy puff.
Oh dear.
That's
Oh,
canon now.
oh
It's
boy.
canon.
I don't know. I've got two votes saying it's canon and one vote saying it's not. So I'll
The
let
eyes have it.
Punchy and Hugo be the tiebreakers on that. All we need is one of you to say yes and it's canon. Or I could just DM override, and if I do, you know it's gonna be canon.
This is true. This is true.
I shall abstain courteously.
Well, since we're talking here, I am playing Bori Karthag, the cleric. He's a bit special in the head, just a lot special in the head, and currently wearing lingerie because a kobold told him to. And he hasn't been told to change out of them.
For what it's worth, before you got teleported back here, the gorillas that rescued you and got you down from the tower did hand you back all of your things. So while you
Oh,
may
yeah.
not have been told to change back into them, I mean, it is there.
Oh,
if
he
you
has
want
it.
to.
Oh, yeah, he has it. He just hasn't been.
I mean, that could be considered by some, not me, but some, a good look for Bori.
Does Bori think it's his new uniform now or something?
Don't ask Bori to think. I don't want to take psychic damage this early.
Yeah, it's kind of early in the game to be giving out psychic damage.
He was told to put the lingerie on, and nobody told him to take it off.
So he's still got it on.
Well, no. Don't tell him to take it off. Tell him to change.
Oh, yes.
I think it's probably the rest of the party is scared to say anything.
Yeah.
Bori, change back into your regular clothes.
Catamus is saying Bori just thinks it's terribly comfortable, much like a mask. I don't know. I don't think I've ever worn a mask that I would describe as terribly comfortable, but I'm not Bori, and I thank heaven for that every day.
That's a Princess Bride reference if nobody else caught it.
Oh, man, I need to watch that movie again.
I didn't catch it either.
Well, then, yeah, you haven't watched the movie enough. All right, I'll go ahead and go. I am comic relief playing Hugo Kilroy, who is a human bard who, I don't know, likes to do bardish things.
That's usually what bards do. So I guess...
Am I last?
You are a bardish thing. Well, you could have jumped in there, but yep, yeah, it's all you, Bonnie.
Bonnie Mew. I'm playing Lonnie Laserstein, who's a wild mage, gnome, sorcerer, person. Crazy things keep happening. It's probably because of the people I'm hanging out with. It's not me.
Nah.
And it's certainly not my best friend, my constant companion, Lulu the cockroach.
And she is totally not a pyro.
I'm totally not a pyro.
Just because her trademark saying is burn it with fire.
It just turns out to usually be the most convenient spell for the moment.
Yeah, she's totally not.
I want to stay away from trouble. I'm trying to stay out of trouble and stay out of jail.
Speaking of which, did we determine how long when your last parole check-in was?
I don't think we have.
It's been a while. And by the way, you also notice outside the Kobold's Tail, and I didn't put them on the map, but just to give you some indication of where the town is going, which direction it's heading. If you've been watching Kobold Kindergarten for any length of time, and I'm certainly not implying that you have or you should, when they first got here, this town was destitute. There was one, the kind of head of the town, Atticus Gonk, lives up in his big mansion up at the far end of town, and is very rich, and meanwhile, the few residents of the town, mostly kobolds, but some others, were getting by on like one small water skin a week. And thanks to you guys, letting Gonk know that, this is really not okay. Because Gonk really, he's just oblivious. And he didn't realize what bad shape his town was in. So he's managed your little ever-filling pitchers. Gonk has a special item he can make ever-filling pitchers. The first thing you put in them, first liquid that touches the inside, the pitcher will fill up with that every time it starts getting low. So you each have one of those, and now every kobold has an ever-filling pitcher of water, which has made a tremendous difference. Or ever-filling pipe. Yeah, there are also limited use ever-filling pitchers, which will only fill themselves like X number of times. So the proprietor of the Kobold's Tail comes to the door. And he's got some like little tables with umbrellas sitting outside. Like I said, I didn't put them on the map, but just gives you a little idea that the town is actually starting to turn itself around. Nobody would have wanted to sit outside or inside, before. And he's like, "Yeah, glad to see you're back." Oh, wait a minute. He was a kobold, wasn't he?
Yep.
Yes, man. I'm slipping here. He was kind of a gruff kobold, as I recall. I'm actually losing track of my NPCs. Glad to see you're back. Well, I can't just give you free everything, but we all wanted you to know. I mean, you see, we got the barracks built. I'm gonna zoom out just a sec here. Got that warehouse under construction. The general store's open. They don't have a lot yet, but they'll get there. And we're building that rooming house up there a ways. And so now that we're doing all this building, we're really grateful for all you've done for this town. So we'd like to know what kind of a housing you guys would like. I mean, we can't build you mansions or anything, but just, do you all want to live together? Does some of you want to live together? Let us know what kind of houses you want. We're going to give you each a little house here because we'd like you to stick around.
I'm not allowed to make important decisions.
You may certainly have Catamus make the decision for you. You certainly don't have to decide right now. But that is just how the town would like you to stick around. And, now we have a town that's starting to grow a little that would make a decent base of operations. So I'd kind of like you to use this as your base of operations too. So you're getting houses here. Unless you decide to really make your DM cry and not want to stick around here. But
I can stick around. I just need to stay off the books. Because I wasn't supposed to, leave that other place where I had parole.
Oh, yeah, that must be that guy that was here looking for you.
Oh, crap.
Yeah, I told him I didn't know it was you or not, but he asked for some girl who burned a lot of things and had a cockroach,
It was totally accidental. I did not actually intend to burn anything ever.
Well, I didn't really know so much about the burning part. I just heard you talk about fire, so I told him I didn't really know for sure if you had been here or not.
Yeah, well, if anyone asks after me, I haven't been here.
Okay, I'll remember that. I'm just like checking student. Hairy, overweight dwarf in lingerie with warhammer tells Kobold he's not allowed to make important decisions. Sounds par for the course, right?
Yep, pretty self-explanatory.
Oh. Anyway, I can't just let you eat and drink free. I mean, this town's starting to get an economy now, so we're gonna have to work to preserve that. But we've actually got refreshments now. I can serve you some food and drinks, and first round, tell you what, first round every day is free. Give you 10% discount for the rest of your lives.
That Bori just looks blankly
Does that
at a bush.
include Lulu?
Well, of course. I mean, she helped, right?
Oh, yeah, she totally helped.
And
She
meanwhile,
helped real good.
on the road before you, you see a familiar. Let me find a token for her. Character box. Why are there no kobolds in here? Fail. Okay, let's just use letters then. She's a small kobold. So it doesn't really matter where she is, but we'll give her to. Welcome back! Look how our town growing! And it's your old friend Kee Tee, who was the first recipient of the ever-filling pitcher, I expect the one you brought back from the Haunted Mansion. If you look down the road, let me zoom back out. I'm zooming in, I'm zooming out. You can see, her house looks like it's been expanded a little. It's got a little porch on the front of it. It's got some flower fields, got an orchard behind it. You do see, though, and Kee Tee keeps kind of looking over her shoulder at it, that one of the flower fields, which I should have made a different color, but I wasn't thinking, just kind of is, there's 5 big, thriving, beautiful, lush flower fields, and one that's just kind of Yeah, the stuff isn't growing. It's kind of dried up and shriveled. And you see, Kee Tee seems kind of worried about it. She keeps looking over her shoulder at it.
So, how are you guys?
Oh, there could be strawberry fields, actually.
Forever.
If there's going to be strawberry fields, they would need to be forever, yes.
Very good. This place has changed a lot, Kee Tee.
I know. Kee Tee much happier now, thanks to you.
I should also do a new Kee Tee picture with, her flowers aren't wilted anymore, and she's wearing a much nicer dress. And
Wait. Did you just say her flower wasn't wilted?
oh God.
I'm just verifying.
I didn't see anything wrong with saying that. I'm talking about the little flower in the pot, in the flower pot that she's holding. I did not see anything wrong with that statement.
I know. Of course, that's what we're talking about. I just need to make sure that it wasn't wilted anymore.
I'm gonna reach the internet and throw something.
Yeah, I know the feeling. The little flower Kee Tee grows many flower plants. None of the plants that she grows are now wilted, except for this one plot. Now you can see. You can see it from here. Excuse me, just a sec. Having a very bad allergy week. And she looks pretty worried. And she keeps looking over.
She's like, yeah, Kee Tee grow lots of flowers now, and Kee Tee working on growing magical flowers, but Kee Tee favorite flowers just not growing well.
Maybe they're depressed, like weeping willows.
No. See, have adventurers, you ever hear of Squitten?
No, but it sounds fascinating.
Isn't that when you just close your eyes?
No, not Squitten. Squitten.
Just blank stare, not comprehending. 404 file not found.
Tell us more about this Squitten thing.
Okay, well, Squittens is... I don't know quite how this happens. And I don't think I want to, but sometimes when a squid and a cat love each other very much, they can make squittens. And squitten, you know what squittens do that, in litter box is excellent, best fertilizer for these particular magical flowers. But squitten habitat disappearing everywhere. Kee Tee can't find Squitten anymore.
I'm just reading Twitch chat. 2 points of psychic damage to Bori.
Kee Tee only knows of one place where there are Squittens. And Kee Tee can't go too far to leave her flowers for that long. And also very dangerous for one little kobold.
So where are these Squittens?
Well,
Or is it squittai? What's the plural?
Kee Tee say Squitten. Squitten
Oh.
one for Squitten for two. One Squitten, two Squitten.
Oh,
And
so they're like moose.
Yes, exactly. And yes, she needs exquisite Squitten excrement.
I need to hear that in Kobold.
Kee Tee need exquisite Squitten excrement.
Okay.
Also, just checking, Jerry, it says you are not seeing the map, so are you seeing the map? I think we lost Jerry.
Nope, I'm back now.
Oh,
Here
okay.
we go.
Are you seeing the map? Because your little
I
icon.
see Beggar's whole map.
Okay, that's the one you should be seeing. And did I share Kee Tee?
Yeah.
Okay, yep, I shared Kee Tee.
dungeon out past swamp. And dungeon, swamp is starting to overtake dungeon. Parts of dungeon already been flooded, not much left. And scary things live in dungeon. So Kee Tee want to bring Squitten here and give them good home, and then use the exquisite Squitten excrement to fertilize flowers.
Yes, I did say exquisite squid excrement and kobold again, just for you, Thulgrin.
Thank you.
So you would be happy to help out.
You would help Kee Tee? You would bring Squittens to Kee Tee?
Well, yeah, why not?
The Squittens are willing.
Squitten
And
willing
creek
and
don't
creek don't rise.
Oh, it scares me when you people think like me. Okay, well, I was going to put you on a boat for this, but I actually have other plans for the boat. So, for now, what I'm going to do is you all are going to hop on a raft. This is another map I didn't get around to making because I was working on this one and, dealing with the whole video issue. But you're going to hop on a raft, and it is going to take you to... Whoops. Let me shut that. Everybody at home just saw what a squitten looks like. But you didn't. And let me put you guys on. The raft is taking you here. I really did want to have you guys on a boat, but that's going to happen eventually.
I'm trying so hard to not go, I'm on a boat!
Oh, well, you're not on a boat, actually, so...
I
I'm
know,
on a
that's-
raft.
Yeah, you are temporarily on a raft, but only long enough. Yeah. There's, when you actually get to be on the boat, there's going to be a lot more going on. Okay.
It's going to be a 3-hour tour.
A 3-hour tour, a 3-hour tour. Do 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 do. So the raft drops you off, and the village cannot afford it, but they've got to build stuff like that yet. And you find yourself in this little section of dungeon. You can see like some little splashes of water around. I'm not sure how well they really showed up with my little speckly brush. By the way, I should give these guys a plug. They are called, it's the Dungeon Channel, and I don't know if I can invite, oh, I actually could invite people if I wanted to. So let me put something in chat. You can go to their Discord. And I just realized that I have chat open on the tablet. So I'm going to put it here in Fantasy Grounds chat. And maybe someone would like to... Oh, why does it do that? Okay, maybe somebody
What
else
are you
can
trying
put...
to do?
I am trying to put a link to Dungeon Channel in... I would actually like to put it in Twitch chat, but I can't copy it on the computer, and...
Put it in Discord and I'll trans-type it into Twitch.
Okay, that works. Anyway, if you are a DM and you need maps for your dungeons, this Dungeon Channel is a great place to get them. They've got some parameters now where you can like set the size and things like that. You just type in, go to their channel. You can also add it to your own Discord channel if you want to. You just type in !dungeon space map, and it will generate random... Yay, that one worked. It will generate random dungeons for you, as many as you want, over and over and over again. I think this was like the 5th or 6th one that this one just said, yeah, that will work. So you get off the raft and you go through a door. You find yourself like on a little platform. It's kind of like a little balcony. You can look down and there's some stairs going down on each side. Like I said, you can see the little water droplets speckled around. Not sure how well they're showing up, but they're there. Because that's a Photoshop brush. Oh no, don't start with a song that does not end. So, the stairs, both sets of stairs, you're at the top, both sets of stairs go down, and you can see a hallway beyond. And now that Bori has gone down, let me,
Well, you said we saw the hallway. I'm assuming
Yep.
everyone else is behind him. Or in front of him, even.
Not
Yep,
until you change back into your regular clothes.
Not happening.
You weren't told several times now.
I kind of like the draft.
Why does that not surprise me? So Bori is down, he's looking down this long hallway, and you can see, I don't know how well this is showing up. You can sort of tell how it's getting wetter as it goes along, and I kind of tried to do a little gradient where if you look at the left side, it's starting to look like more greeny, aqua-y.
Wait. You mean it's getting wetter as it goes along?
Oh God.
I don't say these things, you do. I'm just saying.
There is more.
And actually,
The
Hugo,
deeper you
yes, in
get-
fact, I did adjust my armor class. It's now 14. I'm sorry, 12.
The
Because I
deeper
couldn't
you
remove
get,
the plate mail.
the deeper you get into the dungeon, the more water there is. Man, I'm gonna have to watch myself tonight.
I didn't say it.
Well,
So-
actually, you did.
Okay. Punchy the Tall Folk is going to, we're here on a mission, at least in his mind. And so I'm going to stride down the hallway as if I own the place. Can I do that?
See what Sir Cadamus put in chat?
For those of you
I
who
don't
might
say these things.
For those of you who might be watching on a screen too small to read Fantasy Grounds chat, Cadamus, aka Lord Silverhand, is saying, so Kee Tee's flower is no longer wilted, Bori went down, and the deeper you get, the wetter it is. I am not saying that in kobold voice. Okay, so we've got Punchy and Bori in the hallway. And I'm
The
sure you can...
candlestick.
What?
I was like, with the candlestick?
Okay, so everybody is down here except for Lottie and Lulu.
I'm scurrying up behind. Scurry. And Lulu really scurries. Scurry. And she actually has no qualms about being near Bori in his current state of dress. So she's going to go back and ride along in the beard.
Well, considering there's additional water in the hallway.
I mean,
Yeah.
she's a cockroach. She's immune to nuclear fallout, so...
And she can
But-
swim.
But roaches are still not, they're like cats. They're still not fond of water.
True.
But yeah. And she likes riding in Bori's beard.
There's snacks in there for her.
I was gonna say that's probably why.
So you can sort of tell that about 40, 60, 70-ish feet, there's a little, it widens out a little bit on the left.
Alright, so zooming ahead, 70-ish feet.
Yeah.
Alright, we don't have a rogue in this campaign.
No, we don't. I'm
We
going
don't
to
need a rogue.
I'm going to
We
give
have
you a gimme.
multiple people who would just walk through a trap.
I'm going to give you a gimme. I did not put any traps in this dungeon. I was tempted.
You realize that in 5e you actually don't need to be a rogue to be able to use these tools?
You still have to be proficient in them?
But there are backgrounds that allow you to be.
Oh, there are, yes. Yeah.
Okay, and as you come
All
up
right.
here,
Actually, from what I understand, no, you actually do not have to be proficient in them. You just have to have them as a skill.
You see a large swarm of very angry-looking rats. Roll initiative. They
All
should.
right, you messes.
They are rodents of unusual. Well, these are just like ordinary rats, actually.
So they're Rons.
Rodents of normal size, yes.
Hey, Ron, how's it going?
Okay, the swarm
And
of rats actually rolled a 20. Save the spleens.
oh god.
I had actually not even been thinking of that. Okay, let me just adjust things. Lottie, you can move up whenever you're ready. Also, I'm going to minimize this map of Beggar's Hole. So the rats are like, look at this big tasty dwarf here. And why is this not? Come on, rats. Here we go. Nope, that's not. Why are you rats not cooperating with me?
Make sure you're not. There we go. I'll move Lulu off just to be.
Oh, I just
easier.
needed to click them. Okay, the rats are up.
He threw Lulu against the wall.
And the rats say, let's take a couple bites out of this guy. Yum, 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 yum. And they all nibble wildly, but maybe it's the lingerie distracting them. All those rats nibble like crazy. Don't even leave a mark.
This is for Dutiful Murdoch on Twitter. They tried to nibble on his hairy toes and just went, Goah!
Oh my. That brings up Catamus. Catamus, here is a swarm of rats. And they do all act as one entity. So anything you do affects them all. Stabbity, stabbity, stabbity. Yes. Lottie is all burn it with fire. And Catamus is stabbity, 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 stabbity. And he takes out his short sword and he goes stabbity, 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 stabbity. And, oh, just stabbity, stabbity? Okay, I guess you need to level up before you get more stabbities. But he goes stabbity, stabbity, and he hits the rats for... And we wait for the roll. For 7 damage.
Wait,
well, actually, they partially resisted, so actually only 3 damage. So the rats are kind of scraped up now.
Wait, 10 hit?
10 hit. They're rats. They don't have armor. And he...
Yeah, that's true. Okay.
He goes stabbity, stabbity again. And he hits again. And does 4 more damage to the rats. So they're kind of they've kind of scratched up, got a little bit of blood showing now. They're not looking great.
There you go. There's the 7.
Yes, but he attacked them twice. He would have done 7 and 9, but he actually did a total of 7.
Yes. You zoom over your head, I guess.
Probably.
I was trying to be funny, Whatever. It's okay.
I'm a little slow on the uptake. And that brings up Bori.
Alright, well, these guys are tickling my toes, but since Sir Puffy's over there smacking them, I guess I will too.
Bori swings his mighty war hammer, which, damn it, I forgot to do tokens again. And he does 7 damage to the rats, which is partially resisted, so they only actually take 3. Does Bori have anything else he would like to throw at these rats or hit these rats with?
Not at this point in time. No, I'm going to skip my bonus action.
Toes, bud. Punchy, you got some
Alright.
rats nibbling on the toes of your friends, or at least trying to.
I am going to move over, let's see, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. I can do like 35, I think.
I believe you can.
Yep, so 30, 35. And I am going to pull out some rations and offer it to them to see if we can solve this with nonviolence.
Keep in mind that your compadres here have already injured them, I would.
Yes.
Because of that, I'm looking for a pretty high roll. I would like you to roll persuasion. It's a shame you didn't have any pluses on that because I was looking for 17. So Punchy dangles some rations in front of the rats, and their little beady eyes swivel around, and their little whiskers twitch, and their little noses quiver. And then they look back at Bori and Catamus, and they're like, uh-uh.
Okay. Well,
So-
that was my effort. Next, I kill them.
Okay. Yeah, so now they're looking at you like maybe a halfling monk would be a nice morsel before they turn back to the cleric.
Probably accurate, at least.
So did you want to try to attack them with? Oh, is that all you got for this one?
No,
Okay.
the rations was my action.
Okay. I would have given you that as a bonus action. But okay. Hugo. Hugo next.
Hugonauts?
Hugo knots. That's what you tie your shoes with.
That's right.
But I'm bumped.
Alright, so I am going to cast a minor illusion, the sound of a large group of feral cats basically coming down from where I'm standing.
I would like you to make the sound of the feral cats. Oh, that was lame. If you had done a really good one, I might give
course
you a
it
break
was.
on the roll. But again, I would like a persuasion roll looking for 17 or higher. And the rats kind of, look up in alarm a bit. Because rats and cats, but they decide they would rather nibble on you guys for lunch.
Are you trying to imply that Bori is a tasty morsel?
Bori's more of a tasty chunk.
I'll take
More
I
that.
don't
so
know
in the
about
same way that a
tasty.
buffet is like lunch, you know.
Does
It-
Bori
it-
feel objectified by the rat gaze?
It's like Punchy is to one rat, Punchy would be, fairly large, that would be leftovers. To a swarm of rats, Punchy is a tasty morsel, and yes, Bori is a buffet. A buffet that lets you take home a doggy bag, or in this case, a dwarf bag. So
I'm
Hugo.
okay with being a Las Vegas buffet.
Exactly. Hugo, is that all you've got?
Yeah.
Lottie. We got some rats here, and they kind of want to eat you and your friends.
Lottie is gonna throw some chaos in their faces!
I would not expect anything less.
I still want to I'm trying to figure out what chaos looks like.
Well, after
Yeah.
I do this next roll, I will tell you what chaos looks like.
Okay, well that is absolutely a hit.
And this chaos is a wibbly wobbly ball of bolty stuff, and as it hits the swarm of rats, it turns green, and it's a massive acid. That's just how it turned out.
Okay, roll damage.
I'm also rolling to check one other. Okay, that's good.
Yeah, I'm not sure why Lulu is rolling, but I'm sure we'll find out soon.
Oh well, she was rolling to see if any wild magic happened.
Oh. So Lottie's Chaos Bolt does hit.
So
Oh my!
the base magic is that, but then the acid magic from the chaos is a little extra on top.
Oh, and this ball of acid, this bolt hits the rats. It turns green. It explodes, and the rats. I mean, Gonk would not even be able to salvage. I mean, I'm sure it would be nice to take them home for Gonk, so that he could, use them in his Corvair fried rat, but there's not enough rat left for that.
Not even any spleen juice?
Not even any spleen juice.
Oh, nuts. Maybe I should have
Well, there's-
marinated it.
There's juice. It's just mixed with lethal acid and water on the floor.
That makes it spicy.
And that's
That wouldn't stop Bori from drinking it, would it?
Actually, no,
probably
it
not.
really wouldn't.
And that's 10 XP each, which, isn't much, but I figured get you in late. And this is not going to be a one-shot. I thought maybe it would be, but it's not.
It's never a one shot.
It's
What is
never
it?
a one-shot.
The Halloween episode lasted until Christmas. Let's just.
And then the Christmas episode lasted until the episode prior to this one.
Valentine's Day.
Yes, you should all have.
Is this the Valentine's Day episode? Are we gonna flirt with people?
Well, I
No, I
called
think
it
this
the
is the New
holiday
Year's
episode, so that encompassed Thanksgiving. Oh wait, Thanksgiving was still Halloween. So that was like Christmas, Boxing Day, New Year's, MLK Day, Hug Your Pet Day,
Look, I'm
President's
already drawn with
Day.
the rose in my mouth.
Valentine's Day. Yeah, that was like I said holiday. I didn't specify which holiday or even that there was only one.
This is like the DDO anniversary holiday episode.
There we go.
Okay. So you guys, I mean, they were rats, they exploded, they didn't really have loot, but you do each get 10 whole XP, and you should now be at 1720, so you might want to check that. I think I corrected that on everybody before we started the game, but I could be mistaken.
That's what I have is 1720.
Also,
And
there are not
Key,
doors
probably
on this
both.
dungeon, but I'm going to assume the doors are actually there. They're not drawn on there. I think that's something that might be in process with the dungeon maps. They don't really put doors on. But as you get up here to this intersection, you've got a room.
Yeah, I ran into that this past week as well.
Yeah, so
I added
we're
some
just gonna.
doors and stuff in Photoshop.
I should have
I
done
was gonna say,
that,
you
but
should do that.
I was too busy. As you can tell, if you like zoom out on the map and look, you can tell like the floor looks much greener here, and I think there might be some more. I don't know. It was kind of a random brush thing. Draw me like one of your French doors. Oh my. Anyway, you've got a door to the north, a door to the west, and a door to the south.
I like
I'm
the
going
West.
to try to make a listen check.
You listen. It sounds a little bit squelchy to the south. It sounds. You think maybe you hear some wings to the north? And you don't at this point hear anything to the south. Actually, I can. Yeah, south. Oh, that's actually not a door. The south is open. You can tell the hallway ends in a wall there.
So the squish is coming from the south?
No, nothing. There are no sounds from the south. There is some squishing to the west, and sort of like a weird fluttery sound to the north.
Okay,
Actually, I should have
have
made
been
you
using
actually
my
roll a
order-
listen check. That was stupid of me.
I have been using my Order of the Halfling Fist abilities, everybody, and I have things to say. Off to the west, there appears to be some kind of kitchen. I hear jello. And to the north, I believe, is a butterfly garden.
Okay.
I bet Squitten's like Jello.
Bori shoots his hand in the air and goes, I vote for the kitchen!
I mean, Jello, tentacles, that just seems like a match.
All right. Yeah, I must admit that using these powers has left me a little weak. So let's get some food.
I put my hand to the
The
pitcher
powers
and
of-
shake my head.
The powers of dangling a ration over some rats.
No, the powers of channeling the Order of the Halfling Fist to listen deeply to what's going on in the dungeon.
Okay, so you are opening this door here
Yes.
to the west? Well, none of you are close enough to open the door. So I would like, there we go. Okay, so you're moving up here and opening the door to what Punchy says is a kitchen. It is not a kitchen. You find yourselves in a really, really super, I mean, there's a lot of water on the floor here. There's like a smell of mold. And there are 3 violet funguses, which essence of the omnivore, much like the rats. And there's not a lot down here. You're basically like walking down these damp stone corridors. You can sort of tell that things are crumbling. You can see there's parts of this dungeon that have given way. As Kee Tee has already told you, this is like the last place the squittens, they've been driven here because their natural wet habitat, don't say anything, Fulgrin, their natural water-filled habitat is, collapsing around them. So these slimes are kind of sliming around through the water, and they look hungry. And they certainly look like you guys would make a great meal.
So
Roll
they are
initiative.
moist and slimy.
They are moist and slimy, and I need you to roll initiative.
All right, not the worst kitchen in the world, but I've seen worse.
Well, I haven't actually. I've never seen a kitchen that contained nothing but, some fungus and mildew and mold and 3 large, hungry, aggressive violet funguses.
You
Cheese
clearly have
room.
not seen my collegiate my collegiate kitchen then.
I'm just saying, I bet even in real life, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, come to think of it, I sort of remember my brother's first apartment. It probably was not much better. Okay, Punchy, you are up.
I'm going to pummel the jello with my fist.
Pummel that jello.
And now, is that a violet fungus or a violent fungus?
Yes, it is a violent violet fungus. That is a hit. The fungus is being pummeled.
Wait. Are these by any chance feminine shaped fungi?
And I
No,
second
they
attack.
are just blobs. They are just blobs.
The second attack with my
Oh,
my
the
fist is a
second
nat 20.
nat
Kaboom.
one that. So the fungus, it has been extremely pummeled. I'm like hearing this the way Thulgrin is interpreting it in my head, and it's not good.
I bet the foley on it would be pretty amazing, though.
Right?
The foley on it.
Yeah, punching the slime would probably be like the meat kind of thing that they use for kung fu movies.
Oh Lord. Anyway, the fungus is still barely alive, but it's I'd like to sort of picture it as Punchy pummels the fungus, and bits of it just kind of break off and shrivel up and wither away. And yeah, I am kind of tempted to take a point of psychic damage. So they're not the violet femmes. That is so awesome. I am not going to make you take a point of psychic damage.
Woohoo!
So yeah, the fungus is definitely a very injured fungus. It's getting kind of tattered and looks a lot smaller than it did because of all the pieces that got pummeled off and withered away. And I believe, Punchy, got anything else?
No, that is my attack action on that. I'm going to save my key for this one.
Okay, the next fungus. What is it about Bori? I mean, let's face it, there's a lot of meat on Bori. The next fungus slimes its way up to Bori. Oh, wait a minute. The next fungus can only move 5 feet. So the next fungus
So I am
moves
not
up.
going to be moist, slimy.
No, the next fungus
Yeah.
moves up 5 feet and can't really do anything else. Because I'm not seeing any kind of a ranged attack. He's got to be within at least 10 feet or less before he can do anything. Which brings up Hugo. Pummel the fungus is going to be the next Twitter hashtag I see, isn't it?
I'll move up to here and just kind of watch and observe for right now.
Okay, you're gonna let him get away with that. So Are you holding your action or just
Oh, that's it.
Okay, Bori.
Bori! Well, there's a lot of stuff in here. So, what we're gonna do is, and you said you didn't put token in there, did you?
I did not put the war hammer token.
The spirit, my celestial spiritual hammer. All right.
Oh, by the way, when you get a chance, you need to look at the minis channel in my Discord and see what Comic did.
I did.
Oh, okay, did you? Okay. Comic painted a mini
That
with
was
a
awesome.
war hammer. It is. I don't quite know how to get it. Oh, actually, yes, I do. I think I need to show this to the good folk at home.
That was awesome with the cross hatching and the glaze on it, and even the little bone in the middle, like and the rind. Oh yeah, that great work. That was wonderful. So
there you have it, people at home. The war hammer, wielded by Bori the dwarf. Pretty freaking awesome.
So are we going to use the pig token again? I guess for the. Actually, we'll just use Lulu. How about that? Lulu for the time being.
Ooh la la.
Because I'm definitely going to drop as my bonus action a war hammer. Sorry, spiritual hammer. And cast it within 20 feet. 1, 2, 3, 4, 20 feet over there behind violet fungus number 3.
Okay, I was just looking for the pig token. I couldn't find it.
That's okay. I'm just using Lulu right now.
I don't think Lulu will mind. Okay.
I don't think so.
She's not doing anything.
Refresh my memory again what this is doing.
Spiritual hammer as boom. There you go. Oh wait, no, that didn't drop in there. Come on. Boom. There we go. Spiritual hammer. As a bonus action, I can cast it and then attack with it, and then later on subsequent turns, I can use a bonus action to move it 20 feet or make another attack.
Okay.
Odd. I apparently cannot open that link inside of Fantasy Grounds.
It's weird whenever players share links like that. Like the DM can open it, but other players have difficulty doing it. It's
I will
really...
read it for anyone who can't see it. It's a bonus action, has a range of 60 feet, duration 1 minute. You create a floating spectral weapon within range that lasts for the duration or until you cast the spell again. When you cast the spell, you can make a melee spell attack against a creature within 5 feet of the weapon. On a hit, the target takes force damage equal to 1d8 plus your spellcasting ability modifier. As a bonus action on your turn, you can move the weapon up to 20 feet and repeat the attack against a creature within 5 feet of it. The weapon can take whatever form you choose, so you know it's the hammer. Clerics of deities who are associated with a particular weapon, well, I mean, Porcus, Porcus's weapon of choice has got to be a war hammer.
It is the celestial ham,
yes.
Of course.
Okay, so I'm guessing then I need you to roll damage on the violet fungus.
Actually, no. You need an attack on the violet fungus. Now that we're done reading it, I need to attack it.
I'm not seeing anything.
Because I hadn't rolled
there we
yet.
go. That is a hit.
That's a hit?
It's a fungus.
Wow. Okay.
It's got
I
an
mean, I'm
AC.
not complaining.
I could not
I'm
tell
just
you
kind of
it's got an
shocked.
AC of 5. Okay, that is a 10 damage. So violet fungus. Which one is this? That's violet fungus number 3. Yeah, he's taking some pretty heavy damage, but he's still fungusing around.
Still standing. All right. So
do you want to use your bonus action and move it somewhere?
Here's the beauty of spiritual weapon. That was my bonus action.
Oh, so you still get a regular
Yeah,
action.
spiritual weapon in the right hands can be really nasty.
Okay.
So I'm going to move up, what was that, like 12 feet? Because I was halfway in.
Yep.
And then the physical hammer, not the celestial hammer, and try and smack it with my physical hammer.
That is a crappy roll, but it is still a hit because it is a slime that has an AC of 5, which I shouldn't tell you, but I did. Oh, and violet fungus number 3. Bits of
Smack!
little purple bits of fungus go flying all over and dissipate in the air and wither away. And violet fungus number 3 was a real fun guy, but now he's gone. I love this game. Okay, violet fungus number 2 is this one by Punchy. And Punchy is, he's going to try to hit Punchy with Rotting Touch.
Pseudopodum, pseudopodum.
That is a hit.
Ouch. What happens?
That's a good question. Punchy is wounded for 3 points of damage. Oh. 1d8 necrotic damage.
Oh wow.
It says he took 3. It says.
Yep.
Okay.
No, no, he was asking what it was, so I was telling him. Although
Yeah,
Rotting
so
Touch sounds like it was...
basically just
yeah.
like grabs onto me and then my body begins disintegrating.
Yeah, except there's nothing in here. It sounds... Doesn't it sound like it would be like a dot of damage over time thing if it's rotting? But yeah, it basically does your 1d8 necrotic damage and then that's it.
It's like the fungus touch somebody immediately has acne.
I was just thinking the same thing. So he immediately turns back into reverts to a teenager with the acne face.
Halfling teenager.
Catamus.
He has backney.
Oh, guys, see another Twitter hashtag in my future. Stabbity, stabbity. Catamus is going to stabbity. Violet slime number 1. Violet fungus number 1. And that is a hit, because violet fungi have no AC to speak of. Oh, and man, violet fungus number 1. You know, it says heavy, but I'm not going to tell you how many hit points he has. He's, you know, not like next to being dead yet. But violet fungus number 1 gets stabbity-stabbitied, and Catamus' second attack is also a hit on violet fungus number 1. And now violet fungus number 1 is definitely, you know, he's just basically like a couple little torn up pieces of fungus barely held together. Lottie.
Well, like, fungus is like a mushroom, and the best thing to do with mushrooms is to saute them with fire!
And herbs!
And butter.
And herbs! Get out your butter, because I'm gonna get the fire!
Mushrooms.
Do not tell Bori to get out his butt.
That is a hit with fire on violet fungus number 1.
I'm not sure if that's actually sauteing or roasting, but either way.
And violet fungus number 1,
Stir
rather
really
than
quickly.
actually getting sauteed or roasted, burns to ashes, which are washed away in the couple of inches of water coating the floor.
I'm not really a good cook.
Yeah,
You're
that
better
was...
than this guy named Saitan that
I
I
was
know.
just thinking that. Okay, does Lulu have anything she'd like to say?
Lulu is busy pretending she is a piece of holy ham.
Okay. Punchy.
Yeah. Double punch.
Okay, double punch that violent violet fungus. Lulu wants to say, wee, it's fun being a celestial hand. That is a hit.
6 hits.
And a bit more damage to... Oh, and that is another hit. And violet fungus number 2 is still going, but just barely. I mean, there's seriously like a little shred of fungus wiggling around on the
Basically
dungeon
treating
floor.
it like a gym punching bag.
That is a good way to look at it. And you have punched the stuffing out of it for the most part. There is just like a little thread of fungus kind of wiggling around. And
Don't say that around Bori. He's gonna start looking for the
God.
stuffing. Put Gregory on.
I was
I'm
just about to
ignoring
say
the-
mushroom stuffing. I like mushroom stuffing.
I'm going to totally ignore the butt conversation going on in Twitch chat right now and say, Hugo, what would you like to do?
I'll find a new party. No, I'll go ahead and step up here and I'll attack the violet fungus with my short sword.
Okay, stabbity stabbity. That is a hit. And violet fungus number 2, as the rest of them already have, disappears into shreds. And that is that. And okay, so that is 30 XP apiece. And because I'm such a nice DM, I'm going to say that you found 25 silver pieces just, you know, spewed up from the guts of all those fungi.
She said, "Dude. Anyone want some ham? This is around for like 30 more seconds. Oop, too late.
I'm just looking at your inventory. It's like you guys have some strange things.
I mean, it might seem kind of odd, but you could actually use this for cooking.
Well,
Is
if
that
it
on
was,
fire?
I don't know. Is there any remnants worth scooping up to try to even put in cooking?
Not really. I mean, they basically just kind of dissolved in the water. I mean, it's highly acidic, so, once they're ripped apart and no longer have whatever it is that holds fungi together, it just kind of dissolves. They're painting supplies in a sack, fancy lingerie. Yeah, why am I saying you guys have strange items when I am the one that gave them to you? Okay, so you have a bit more XP. I'm going to remove the spiritual hammer because that round is over. And there's really nowhere else to go in this room. So you're in this soggy kind of room.
I thought you said there was Jello.
No, Punchy said there was Jello, but
That was.
Seriously?
I'm sorry. I was addressing Punchy with that. I'm
Well,
sorry. I didn't specify.
I thought it was Jello. I guess it was symbolically Jello. I must have been receiving a symbolic message.
Anyway, the only way out of this room, I'm not even going to make you make a percent. There are no secret doors. The only way out of this room is back to the east the way you came in. So now you can go either north or south. North, Punchy, and I should have made him roll for that, but I didn't. That'll be a gimme. North, Punchy heard some fluttering, which he believes may be a butterfly garden. And south, he did not hear anything, which could mean anything or nothing.
I don't know. I want to go south because I don't think Lulu likes butterflies. I think there's this whole cockroach butterfly rivalry going on.
Hugo's actually the lead singer of the
might-
Smiths. I thought you were
We
going to say
might
ELO.
get into a rumble if there are butterflies there. That's all I'm saying.
All I'd want to say to
But
Lulu,
but
what I'd like to say to Lulu is, remember, Punchy also told you that the room you were just in was a kitchen that had Jello in it. So Punchy may be very, very wrong about the butterflies. He could be right. I am not discounting
been a
that.
kitchen once. I mean, maybe there just weren't. There was Jello there once. It just isn't right now.
I mean, it was kind of like Jello. You could have used it in cooking. And like I said, it was more. The world was symbolically telling me about a Jello-like substance. So I guess this is going to be like a butterfly garden. So clearly small, beautiful, and harmless.
right.
I don't know.
And if you throw gelatin. Sorry, go ahead.
I was just gonna say, if you leave Jello in a kitchen long enough, would it turn into a violet slime anyways?
I bet grape Jello actually would.
And when you set grape Jello on fire, you get the same result as when you set violet fungi on fire.
Yeah, but the Jello actually smells much better, at least for a little while.
Smells burny.
Yeah, but burning grape smells a lot better than burning fungus. Well, depending on your point of view, Lulu is a cockroach. She might actually prefer the smell of the burning
And
fungus.
she has smell-o-vision. She can
That-
she can see it all.
She's
I'm
also
a
riding in Bori's beard, so the butterflies would have to get into his beard to.
Oh no!
find the
If there are
cockroach.
butterflies there, she's coming out. She's coming with antennas flying.
And Lulu is
Omniscipient!
what's the kobold?
Omniscipient!
Something like that.
Omniscipient!
Yes.
Omniscipient.
Yes. So, everybody seems to be so are you going north?
North to Alaska? Sure, why not?
Okay, because that's like, Hugo and Lottie are sort of in the middle, and everybody else is headed towards the north one. So, Catamus, you're in the
Well,
lead. Are
he's
you?
back. He's like the lead singer of the Smiths, so he's got to be stylishly backwards and like with the sunglasses on, smoking a cigarette and leaning against the wall. So
Ah.
No. Cigarettes are bad for you. I don't smoke cigarettes.
Okay, he puffing on a candy cigarette then.
Bubblegum tobacco.
So, Catamus, are you
Not to
opening
mention,
the?
I do need to kind of look behind us every once in a while to make sure things like, oh, I don't know, intellect devourers aren't sneaking up on us.
Why
Oh,
would they do that?
You have now given me ideas. I did not put any in this dungeon, but okay. So Catamus opens the door to reveal yet another room with lots of water in it.
A swimming pool.
It's just like over the on the floor, stuff like that. It's like everything in this dungeon. It's kind of like the last room in the pit in DDO.
Oh, right. Okay.
It's just and the deeper you go into the dungeon, the more water is on the floor. That it started out like it was just a little bit damp. Then it was like okay, if you soles of your shoes were getting wet. Don't say it, Fulgrim. And now it's like you may be getting some water in your boots, type of if they're leaky at all. So you're in another small room. Only one way in and out is this way, and there are indeed some fluttering wings because there are 3 giant, angry, hungry bats.
Hey, I just look at it this way. Y'all are wearing armor. I'm already in my swimsuit. Be jealous.
Be jealous and roll for initiative.
Oh no, bats are like goth butterflies.
I wouldn't call it a swimsuit.
Goth butterflies.
Oh, look at that nat 20 from Bori.
What a waste.
Defend the cockroach.
Okay.
What a waste.
Bori, you are up first. You see 3 giant bats.
Alright. I hear Lulu complaining about goth butterflies and run in here. No, waddle. Let's be fair. Waddle. In here. And look at it and go smack.
That's a hit on giant bat number 1. Was that with the? Yeah, that was with the warhammer.
Number two. Giant bat number 2.
No, I was just double checking. So, yeah. And Bori swings the warhammer, and the bat takes 9 points of ham damage. I never thought I would say those words. Learn something new every day. Bori, do you have any other attacks? Or
At this point, no. I'm done. Sorry.
Hugo, the bats are flapping around. They do not look happy to see you. That's great.
I kind of think that was worthy of an inspiration.
Okay, you know something?
Noise.
Was that you that made the bat? Who made the bat noise? I didn't pick that up.
No,
No, that was comic, I believe.
Comic, you get an
yeah,
inspiration point.
Woohoo!
That was epic.
Use it well.
And I'm gonna cast Vicious Mockery on Giant Bat number 1.
Yes, best spell in the game.
Ooh, would make a great belt.
I kind of wonder what he says
oh,
as the mockery. Just like,
and the
look
bat,
at my party member.
and the bat's like, bats don't make good belts. Try again. Because he rolled a 19. Catus told you to go. By the way, Bori, Catus also says, Bori, put some clothes on. I'm not sure where to hold on, so I'm being slowed down. Okay, Punchy.
There are plenty of straps there, Catamus.
All right. I think
I don't think that's
it
helping.
is going to be key time. I'm going to do a
Ooh.
flurry of blows.
Flurry that bat. Flurry that bat. That is a hit. Keeler go. Oh. And that. Oh, the second one. The first one hits. The second one misses. The third one hits.
And
That bat is. If bats were feathered, he would be missing a lot of feathered.
also, it needs to make a strength saving throw,
Oh.
or I'm pushing it 15 feet away.
Let me figure out how to make it roll a strength saving throw. Okay, what does it, I'm just gonna. I'm rolling a d20. What do I need to make?
So if you open up the monster
Yep.
sort of sheet,
Oh,
there'll be
I
a
see it.
C and an S. Yep.
So I want the S for saving throw. And save strength 15.
I assume that makes it so then it doesn't get pushed away.
Okay. Yeah, it's a pretty high roll. Okay. Lottie. We got bats. Lulu's probably not very happy.
And I know that Lulu hates goth butterflies. So I am going to spend one of my 2 sorcery points, and I'm going to twin
Ooh.
spell Firebolt so that I can target 2 goth butterflies.
Ooh.
So I'm going to
Burn it with
target
double fire.
I'm going to target goth butterfly 1.
That is a hit.
And burninate that butterfly.
The Burninator. Burning some bats. Okay, giant bat number 1 is lightly wounded.
And then I'm going to target goth butterfly number 3.
Also a hit.
And burn, burn, burn.
Burn, Betty, burn. Bullets on goth butterfly wings. And goth butterfly number 3, also lightly wounded.
For Lulu!
For Lulu! Cannabis!
Everyone gains 5 XP. No, I'm just kidding. Okay.
I bet Cannabis is stabbity. Yep, and that is a hit. And giant bat number 2 flaps feebly once, twice, 3 times maybe, then falls to the floor. That is the end of giant bat number 2.
You know, that big old G on there could be for goth butterfly.
It is.
That's true. It could either be for giant goth butterfly. And your attack
That's what
at
happens
giant
when you
bat
miss your
number
pancake batter
3.
too fast.
And Catus goes stabbity at giant goth butterfly number 3, but he kind of goes low when the wings are on an upstroke, so he completely misses. Giant bat number 1. Let's see what his range is. He's going to come over here and look at Punchy and be like, I'm going to bite you. And he opens his little bat mouth and bares his little bat teeth. And he bites Punchy. Ow. For 4 damage.
Wait, 11 hits you?
Yeah, what is your... Oh, yeah, your AC is 11.
That doesn't seem right.
It does not... Well, he is a monk.
Yeah,
Well, no, but
yeah,
you know,
Remember.
he's a perfectly average monk.
Yes,
with
I'm a
with
perfectly
no
average monk.
with no bonuses. I forgot about that. Yeah, so
No,
yeah,
I have a 12 dexterity.
Oh, so that's why it's 11 instead of 10.
Oh, you know something? I'm looking at your inventory, Punchy, and you did not give yourself any kind of outfit or robes, so you're not wearing the common clothes you have with you.
No,
So Punchy is in fact naked.
Well, yeah, oh, that's true. That's true.
Okay, that's true.
But
I guess I should have probably clicked the
Still?
button there.
you probably should have worn. Yeah.
Yeah, he's even less than Bori. So, wow.
Y'all are complaining all this time about what I'm wearing.
You're the one that's
I'm just saying.
distracting.
It's just nobody noticed. So
I mean,
I don't know.
It's
He's
only
a half-
distracting if you find it attractive. I'm just saying.
Okay, keep
I
in
guess
mind,
it's one
I
of
mean,
those things that you don't really think about it until you notice it, and then it's just like, oh,
remember he's a halfling. It may be too small. I'm not God too small to notice, and maybe I shouldn't go.
Jalapeno.
I'm not going there anymore. Anyway, giant bat number 3 decides to take a chomp out of Catamus. Yes,
Well-
things are Punchy is short, so things are not at eye level. And giant goth batterfly number 3 bares its teeth, chomps at Catamus, is totally distracted by a dwarf in lingerie and a naked monk, and totally misses beyond missing. Lulu, what you doing?
Lulu. Well, Lulu did not have a weapon.
I didn't know if Lulu, considering her hatred of butterflies, goth or otherwise, I did not know if Lulu had any. I mean, I realize she's not going to attack, but I didn't know if she had any actions she wanted to
I
take.
did not prepare for this thing. I have 2 possible actions. One is Lulu could run over to Lottie, demand that Lottie hand over the blowgun, and then Lulu could use her antenna to shoot the blowgun somehow. Or Lulu could cast Mage Hand and give the goth butterflies the finger.
The invisible finger.
The invisible finger.
Okay.
But they'll know, because they can see that kind of thing. They're goth.
Oh,
it's not really
you're right.
invisible, is it? It's just kind of ghostly, right?
Roll me
Yeah.
a d6
Honestly,
odd.
I don't remember in 5e if it's invisible or ghostly.
Well, it's not the invisible servant. It's just the mage hand, which I think you can actually see.
Okay, well, I would like Lulu to roll a d6 where an odd number will be the what was the
Have
first
her roll
one?
a
The
D2.
blowgun. Oh, yeah, you could roll. I don't actually see a d2 on here, but yeah, you could do that too.
You right click on a D6 and you just
Okay.
select D2.
Lulu's gone even,
Okay, so Lulu
which is only fitting.
Lulu is using Mage Hand to flip the finger at the giant goth butterflies.
No!
I really wish I had a graphic for that. I really
Ask
wish.
and you shall receive.
That's why I said it. Okay, and we are back to Bori.
What?
It's your turn, Bori.
All right. Well, since apparently Punchy has been giving me eyes and I didn't know it, well, I guess I'm gonna have to go save my boyfriend then. And
I
rush
don't
up over
know
here.
how that's gonna go over with Punchy.
I don't think
He's
I gave anyone eyes. Besides, relationships are not part of the halfling order of the halfling fist.
Especially with dwarves and lingerie.
I believe you did say whenever you see people and things, you don't realize it until you see it, and then all of a sudden it strikes you. I'm pretty sure that's what you said.
Oh
That's
boy.
true. It's true.
You did say that. So that's a thing. And so the Warhammer is coming down on the giant bat number 1 and is probably gonna miss.
Yeah, Bori thinks he's being valiant and saving Punchy, and he raises the Warhammer and swings it wildly at Giant Goth Butterfly number 1, and barely misses, knocking Punchy to the ground because his aim is so very, very bad. Hugo.
No! And use a bonus action to cast Healing Word.
Oh, okay. Let me put back on you. Healing Word on Punchy? Go for it.
I gotta find it. There it is.
Okay, and Punchy is near. He's
Perfect.
only down 1 hit point, and he's nearly back to full health. Hugo.
I'm gonna step up to the giant bat, and I'm gonna
And
stab
swing it
with
at the
my
giant.
short-
Swing it at the giant ball. Oh wait, that was
Wait,
you.
did he shove me out of the way?
No, you're in the other square, and I'm in this square.
No, you don't step up to the giant bat. You step up to the giant plate and swing the giant. Oh wait, never mind. That's something else.
I'm working on that. Yes.
Okay.
Unless it's a cricket bat, in which case you don't. Well, I guess you do still kind of swing it.
How does Lulu feel about crickets? That is a hit with the short sword. And that's a fair amount of damage. Well, actually, I mean, it says orange and all that, but giant bat number 1 is still nowhere near dead.
All
Crickets
right.
are
And
okay
as
as long as they
my
don't just
bonus
jump
action,
off.
I'm gonna hit him again.
Okay. That's a hit. Okay, and that's definitely getting to be kind of heavy damage. He's still got a little life in him, but you're definitely wearing him down. Punchy.
All right, it's time to end this. Kia.
That is a hit. Crickets are okay unless they drink too much coffee and then they're jumpy.
Nat 20.
Oh!
Nice. Kapah.
Wow, giant bat number 1 just implodes upon itself and falls from
Yay.
the air and is gone. Lottie. Giant
Okay.
bat number 3 has taken some light damage, but that's it so far.
One more golf butterfly. Well, I'm gonna set it on fire.
Burn it with fire.
That's a hit. A flying rat to a frying rat, yes. That's a fair amount of damage.
For Lulu! Oh wait, I did Lulu voice. For Lulu.
Oops.
For Lulu.
Okay, Catamus. There's 1 bat left. And if you don't take him down, he's certainly going to go after you.
They're goth butterflies.
They're giant goth butterflies. And
Butterflies.
Catamus
Batter.
goes stabbity.
Yeah, batter up.
And again, the bat's wings are on an upstroke. Catamus goes low. Totally misses. That's a hit. Okay, and this bat is now clinging to life. But it is still alive. And it has turn. And it looks at Catamus and it thinks, I gotta get a bite out of it. I might die doing it, but I gotta get a bite out of this guy. Opens its little bat mouth and chomps with its little needle bat teeth. And misses almost as badly as Catamus did.
Wait, are they vampiric giant goth butterflies?
I don't know about vampiric, but he
Well,
was,
do
was
they
trying to get
think
a.
they're vampiric like goth butterflies would?
This guy is so badly injured, he's not thinking much at all. Much like
Oh,
They're
just like
posers.
me.
yeah.
You're thinking it's a LARPing goth butterfly?
That's exactly where I was
Oh, God.
going.
Goth butterflies are totally posers.
Just hanging outside of Denny's, talking to the dude in a Subaru with the katana in his
For those
backseat.
of you in with small screens who can't read Fantasy Grounds chat, Catamus says, "I want to suck your pollen." Does Lulu have any? Would she like to cast another metaphysical finger at the giant goth butterfly? Yeah, I gotta give you a style point for that,
Style
Catamus.
point.
I want to suck your pollen.
Does Lulu
I'm
have
still laughing at
anything
that.
she would like to do besides?
I would if I could actually talk. So I think it's gonna be a pass.
Bori, finish this sucker off.
Bori! Alright, here we go. We're gonna move up right here. And then finish the ball and sucker off. And then read that line in chat and okay.
Oh Lord, I had just taken a big swig of iced tea before I saw that I
I
couldn't
know,
talk.
right? I'm just sitting here like, oh shoot, don't spit, don't spit, don't spit. Which doesn't really help when you're talking about pollen suckers. Anyway, back on topic. We're going to talk about the Warhammer, who is now going to attack giant goth butterfly number 3.
There's actual tears running down my face. Okay, Bori is. Oh God, I don't know if I can do. Bori is so distracted at the thought of. I mean, I can't do it. He misses.
I'm too busy looking over at my shoulder at my new boyfriend on the ground.
Hugo,
Hey, baby.
put us out of our Hugo, please put us out of our misery.
I'm picturing Bori whipping his beard flirtatiously.
I whip
I
my
whip
beard.
my beard back and forth.
Honestly, I'm just thinking about just slowly walking south.
So am I.
Hang on. Yeah, I slowly walk south.
We've broken our barn.
I can't even.
Time to end this double fist attack.
Please, Punchy. Oh, that is a hit. Thank God. And giant bat number 3 mercifully dies.
What do you mean mercifully?
I ran up to it.
Mercifully for all of us.
Yeah. And then basically just, let's just say I punched it. That's fine. I knocked it out. Maybe
You
have
sure
a
you
knock-
no. Oh no, you straight Shoryuken to that as far as Bori is concerned. He saw you Shoryuken with the flamings coming up and like, oh yeah. Punch that goth
And I'm
bat
going to put on
butterfly
my
down.
clothes. I'm going to put on my clothes.
Okay, you each get 30 XP. And man, that is...
I'm not afraid. Just I go to Bori. Just because it's cold, I mind you.
It's okay. Do I have a warm person spell?
Oh God, I hope not.
And at this point, Lottie's like starting to wonder where everybody's pants are.
Oh wait, there's more than Bori and Punchy who aren't wearing pants.
I don't know. You're the
Isn't
one.
that
Think
enough?
about it.
Just like
I
two
mean,
members
just
of the party don't seem to be able to keep their clothes on.
it was just an accident. You know.
He
And it's
was
not like
meditating and forgot.
Well,
Lulu
you've
wears
got time
clothes, she just
now,
wears
you can fix it.
hats.
Well, I mean, we hit the road. We got all the way through here. I was walking down hallways and stuff. Nobody bothered to mention anything. I wasn't looking down at myself.
Hey, I'm gonna. You realize there that that's been my excuse, so I don't want to hear nothing about.
Wait, is this continual flame like a Bangles song?
Oh dear, my
It's
host
Eternal
connection's
Flame.
lost. No,
No, am I?
no.
All right, I don't know who all is here, who isn't, but
Okay.
I
I
think
am.
we're
even
losing.
are you there?
Can you hear me?
We're losing even.
No.
Oh
All right. Well, this may be
Oh,
the end.
reconnected. Wait, reconnected. We're
Oh,
reconnect.
I can hear all of you, so hopefully it didn't.
You're getting some XP for
Thir-
defeating the
30 XP.
goth
30.
butterflies.
We got 30 for the
30,
goth
yes.
butterflies.
Okay, so so some of you are reconnected. Can you hear me? Hello? Can you hear me? I'm lighting up. Hello, hello. I'm talking, I'm lighting up in Discord, but apparently no one can hear me. I do.
Indiscretion. I will endeavor
Okay, I can hear
to
you
look
again.
to make sure I have pants on in the future more often than I currently do.
Oh my God! What a perfect sentence to come back to.
I'm
Okay.
sorry, what? I missed all that. I was trying typing to even because she was checking if we could hear her yet.
Yeah, I was trying to like worm my way into the conversation there somewhere. So you can all hear me again?
Yes.
Yep.
Yes.
Okay. Before I do anything else, Punchy, for the sake of everyone, especially yourself, because Bori, I am putting a set of robes into your inventory. You're welcome.
I had clothes. I just hadn't equipped them.
Oh, you have, yeah, you have common clothes, but I thought maybe you wanted to save those, and for wandering around town and stuff like that.
That's his basic outfit. It's his traveling outfit. But I just didn't have it equipped. And like I said, anyway, what I was doing, Hugo is apologizing, and then saying that I will endeavor to look to make sure I have pants on more frequently than I do currently.
Okay, well, you do have robes and common clothes now, so you've got, something you can wear around town and something you can wear in dungeons. And, I'm just thinking that, because of Bori, you may want to definitely be more proactive about making sure you're a little covered, if you know what I mean. But that is Bori Karthag sheds a single tear silently over the corpse of the giant goth bat. I can understand that.
Butterfly.
Yeah, actually, I think this will, believe it or not, I think this will only be a 2-shot. Because I'm looking at the rest of the map, and I really think we got through, what, 3 encounters tonight? 3 or 4?
Huh?
Okay, yeah, I think this is going to be a 2-shot. So, hopefully, Kobold Kindergarten will be back here 2 weeks from tonight, which would be on March the 14th. That's a Wednesday, 10:30 p.m. Eastern Time. I will be back. I can't remember what the D&D night is this week.
March 14th.
Schedule.
It's more monster in the swamp.
Okay. Oh yeah, I'm looking. Okay, so yes, if you want to show up for D&D night this Sunday night, 7 p.m. on twitch.tv/DDO stream, our very own Bonnie Bew will be DMing the Monster in a Swamp series, followed by also on DDO stream, streaming with Even at 11 p.m. also Eastern. That's all on Sunday. Next scheduled show on this channel will be Monday night, 10:30 p.m. with some Minecraft. And again, Kobold Kindergarten, 2 weeks, March 14th.
13th.
Oh, right. I'm looking at the calendar, and we're past midnight, so it's actually Thursday. So yes, 13th. Anyway, we'll
I
be
take a
back
point
next.
of psychic damage.
Hey, Groovy, thank you for being here. Yeah, it went. Uh, none of our eyes will ever be the same. Let's leave it at that.
Hey, let's put it this way. For the record, I was not the least dressed character.
For a
And
change.
I think Bori might have suffered the least psychic damage this week.
That's true. Yeah, honestly, I'm kind of tempted to take a point of psychic damage from all of you for seeing Bori in lingerie and Punchy completely naked.
I definitely was
Hey,
experiencing a real point of
I
psychic
didn't
damage
start
there.
the session completely naked. It just sort of happened that way. Nobody was noticing this whole time.
Yeah,
Well,
no one
as has been
noticed.
pointed out, you're a halfling, so, things aren't at eye level so much. Although I feel so bad for Lulu.
She's been in my beard the whole time.
Has she been in the whole time? I thought she started out kind of scurrying along.
Well, she's
Lulu is used to it because she thinks everybody who doesn't wear a hat is naked.
Ah, okay. Well, in that case, Lulu, yes, she would be used to it. Anyway, we're going to call it there and hope to see you in 2 weeks for more of this. And I do think we are going to wrap this up next time. I know, I said it was going to be a one shot. I do think I can pull off a two shot because there's not that much left to go. And, well, there's, yeah, not a whole lot of encounters. There is a bit more story, but I think we can get it done in one more session. Thank you for watching, everybody. Sorry about your psychic damage. Have a wonderful night.